Hello guys, welcome to Naveen Automation Labs. So guys, one of the important topic is pending that with respect to Cucumber, because most of the features of Cucumber we have already covered. One important thing is that how to implement Cucumber with page object model, right? This is the question that most of the people are asking, that how to implement the same thing, the same design pattern with Cucumber. We have done the same thing with respect to TestNG in the form of TDD framework. Now, how exactly we can implement page object model in Cucumber in the form of BDD framework? Approach will remain same, concept will remain same. If you use your concept just like page object model, the exact same concept we have to do it in Cucumber with page object model also. Okay, so let's first draw one diagram so that we will follow the same thing, and then we will implement in the form of coding. Right, that is the best approach. Now, as we know that, okay, in page object model, if you remember that we have created one base class, right? This is the base page class. Remember, test base class, in which we will initialize our WebDriver and everything. Let's see, whatever the WebDriver, either you want to launch the browser, which specific browser you want to launch, we will be using WebDriver initialization, and we will read our properties. We will read our properties file also, that from the config.properties. So all the initialization part and everything will be there in this particular test base class. Now after that, this is a base class. I would say this is a test base class. If you remember, we did the same thing in page object model design pattern. Okay, so this is the base class. After that, what I'll do, I'll create the page layer. So this will be my page layer. Okay, this is my page layer. I would say this is my page layer, in which I'll define all my page classes over here. Let's see, my login page.java, then after that home page.java, then contacts page.java, or deal page.java, or task page, whatever the number of pages are available in your application. We will be using the same application, freecrm.com. So the first page is, let's see, login page. After login, we will be seeing the home page. Then we can navigate to contacts page or some other pages. Okay, so these are the different pages are available. I'll write some name. My first page name is login page.java. So page object is nothing, just a page Java class. Okay, this is a login page.java, in which I'll define all the web elements, whatever the web elements are available on login page. Okay, those web elements will be defined over here. Same thing for home page. Okay, dot Java, and whatever the web elements are available on home page, I'll be defining over here. And we know that, okay, in login page we have to create one more method. That method is called login method. Okay, so this login method, this is a method I have to create, right? This is a method I have to create, and this login method will return what? Because in page object model, a particular method will return whatever the next landing page is there. So what is after login? We are coming on home page. So login method should return what? It should return home page class object. Okay, home place home sorry home page class object, it should return. Okay, so I'll be creating this particular method over here. Okay, similarly, homepage.java is available. If I create navigate to contacts, so it should return navigate to contacts method is there. It should return contacts page.java class object. Okay, just like we did the same thing in the actual page object model with TestNG. Okay, now this is the page layer. After that, I have to create the same thing. I have to create my feature file. So this is my feature file. After that, I have to create my step definition file, and after that, I have to create my test runner class. Right, this is my runner class. Okay, so one extra layer will be there, that is called page layer, and one base class we have to create. Now in I'll give quickly name some. So these will be the different component. These are my feature files. Okay, this is my feature file. This is my step definition file. Okay, whatever the step definition you are creating, and this will be my test runner class to execute my test cases. Either you are using JUnit or TestNG. We will be using JUnit. So I'll be creating a separate video for test Cucumber with TestNG later on. Okay, so this is the thing. And what exactly I'll do, guys? This is login page.java. and all these page layer, all the page classes are extending, okay, this test base class, extending test base class. Okay, so this is a super class and all these are child classes. Okay, and everything will remain same. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So this is the architecture of Cucumber with page object model, I'll say. Cucumber BDD with BDD framework with page object model design pattern. Page object model is not the framework, it's a design pattern. Page object model approach. Okay, so this is the architecture of this, and we know that quickly each and every feature file step should be mapped with step definition. Okay, step definition, this should be mapped with this, and this runner class should have connection with feature file, and it should have connection with step definition file, so that it can execute your step definition file in the reference of feature files, and number of other configuration we will be writing over here. And what exactly we will do in a step definition, we will create number of methods on the basis of feature file steps, and we will call these methods over here. Okay, so there is a link between these also. In the step definition file, we will call these page methods over here. Okay, so this will be the basic architecture of, right? Now let's do this particular thing. So for page layer, quickly I'll create what I'll do. I'll create a package inside my src main.java com.qa. Let's see, pages, and right click. I'll create one more package for configuration, com.pages com.qa.config. This is my environment variable, and let's see, I'll be creating one util package also for my utilities and base class. Okay, so com.qa.util, and I have already created one Maven project, guys, over here. And in this particular Maven project, in this particular pom.xml file, I have already added all the Cucumber and JUnit dependencies over here. I'm not creating any data-driven approach here because unnecessary, it will take a lot of time. The concept will remain same. You just need to fetch the data from Excel file using Apache POI API, just like we did in page object model and data-driven approach, okay, in earlier tutorials. So you can refer those things. Here the main concept is how to achieve page object model. Okay, now sorry, in com.config qa.config, I'll create one one file, and my sorry guys, my throat is not good today. Okay, so I'll be creating my file name is, let's see, config.features. Oh, sorry, not feature. I have to create one properties file. Okay, properties, not property. Config.properties. Click on finish. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me increase the font size. Okay, guys, so I have increased the font size. Now I think it is very clear now. Okay, so just a minute. Right, and in my config.properties, I'll define a couple of properties that on which browser you want to execute. Let's see, my browser is equal to Chrome, and my URL is equal to, we know that this is a URL. Okay, so these are my environment variables, configuration variables, and my username is equal to Naveen K, and my password is equal to test@123. Okay, and I think, let me check the Naveen K. I think it's capital T. Okay, test@123. Let me log out from here. Yeah. Now, so these are the basic things. Okay, and this is my config.properties. In I'll open my, okay, I'll go to this util package. I'll create one base class. I'll go to new and create a new class, test base class. Click on finish. And if you remember, the base class we have already created while page object model last time. So, okay, so I'll without wasting time, I'll take all these properties from here. I need these two things. Okay, so this is my base class, and I need to create one constructor over here, okay, of the base class to read the properties from properties file. So this is a basic test base class constructor. So this will do, it will create the properties class object. This thing we have already covered so many times, so I'm not going to cover this thing. And where exactly your config.properties are available, right click, go to properties, and this is the path you have to give according to your project. Okay, so I'll simply paste it over here, right? This is the property file path I have given. And after that, if you remember that we have to create one more method that is called initialization method, remember? So this is the initialization method I'll be creating, in which I'll be defining my WebDriver, Chrome browser, or whatever the browser, okay, you want to use. So this is my initialization method. And in initialization method, I'll read the property name is browser, okay, small browser. If it is Chrome, then please launch Google Chrome, and this is a Google Chrome, okay, launching Google Chrome code. This is the Chrome driver.exe file I have given. For Firefox, this is the thing I have given. I don't need any fire event, so I don't need this code. Okay, and I'll maximize it and everything I'll do. And this page load timeout and implicitly wait, these two variables I'll be giving in test util class. So what I'll do inside the util package, I'll create one more class, test util class, click on finish, and I want that I'll create one variable, page load timeout is equal to, let's see, 20, and int, another one is implicit wait also, implicit wait, let's see, 30 seconds. Okay, so these two variables I have given, and this test util I have to import. What is saying test util? Okay, I have to make it static so that we can access by class name. Okay, and simple, the error is gone now, right? What else? It is pending, anything is pending. Okay, so I don't need this WebDriver listener, and this util, automatically it is coming like this. Okay, so everything is fine. So this is the initialization method also I have created in my base class. So according to the diagram, if you see WebDriver initialization and properties, two things I have written over here. Now my job is to create the pages. So quickly I'll create the page, new, and I'll create one. Okay, package is already created. I'll create one page. Let's see, for first page is login page. Okay, so I'll create a class, login page.java class. Don't select the main method. Click on finish. Right, and inside the login page, I have to define first what my page objects. Right, with the help of @find by. Remember, we already done that. How to do that @find by annotation we have to use. So I think for that also I have already these things, all the page factories for this thing. Okay, for login page, all these page factories I have, right? All these page factories or object repository I have written over here. For username, for password, this is for login button, this is for sign up button, and this is for CRM logo, for this particular logo. Username, password, and for login. For newcomers, people who are watching this video first time, please refer my page object model, the actual series over there. Okay, this is the page object I have defined over here. I'm not going to write again XPath and all those things because already we have created, so better to waste. Okay, save our time. Okay, now in this particular login page, couple of things. First, let's see, I'll check the title of the page is correct or not. Okay, or to verify the title or to get the title. So I think in that method is also available. Okay, to initialize all the page objects, we need this also, initialization, right? So that, and this login page class should extend according to the diagram. This login page should extend test base class, right? So I'll be writing login page extends test base, right? And just import it from qa.util. So import is also done. And whenever you are using this @find by annotation, right guys, so you have to initialize with the help of page factory class. Dot init elements method is there. Driver, please initialize. This means please initialize all these global variables. All these variables will be initialized with the driver. So automatically it will be converted into all the web elements. Driver.find element, automatically it will take care of it. Okay, so this is also done. Now what the method, first method, let's see in login page. These are the actions, remember we have already created. So I'll be just copy this thing. Instead of writing again, I'll be pasting over here. Okay, so this is a login page. Okay, validate login page title is there. It will return one string driver.get title method. It will return again. Then we have validate CRM image, that is also there. It will return this particular method. And login method, it will enter username, password. It will log in. It will click on this particular login button with the help of JavaScript executor, because dot click sometimes doesn't work over here. So, and then it should return homepage class object. Return new homepage means this is the object of homepage class. Although I haven't created any homepage class, so quickly let me create one homepage class also. Okay, so first approach is to define all the page layers. So click on finish, and homepage also guys, and it should extend test base, and just import test base also. For import there is a shortcut, Control Shift O, automatically it will import. Okay, and if you remember in earlier session, I'll take from there the homepage class also. I'll take it from there. This is homepage.java, and all these are things. Homepage title we will verify. We will verify that username label displayed. Click on contact link. Click on deals link. Okay, so the entire list I'll take it from here. Okay, guys. So inside the homepage. Okay. So I don't have any contacts page, so I'm not going to create. So let me delete all these things, all the contacts page and all. Let's not use it. Okay, so simple. Again, homepage class I have constructor I have created, which will initialize all my page objects which are defined over in this particular class, and verify homepage title method is there, and verify correct username, and click on new contact link. So once you log in, you have to click on contact link also, like that. So I'll show you. Guys, I'm not creating each and every method, page method over here, because it will take a lot of time to create again the same thing. So once you log in, you have to make sure that okay, this Naveen K is available. Okay, so I'm just simply saying that verify correct username. So username and name label, this Naveen K, if you see that username label TD contains text, user name K is available. Yes, it is available. It means I'm coming on the home page correctly. Okay, and I'm checking the title also, that to get the title, and simple click on new contact link. So after that we have to click on this new contact link also, like that. So this method also we have written over here. Now what we have to do, so this is a contacts page also I have created, and in login page, what is the error showing? We have to home page. Okay, yeah. So everything is fine, no errors. So two pages I have created, login page.java and home page.java. And first time, what exactly it will do on home page, on login page.java, we will log in into the system with the help of this particular method. It will enter the username, password, click on submit button, and it will return homepage class object. So this is a homepage class object. It means this particular Okay, all the elements will be initialized, and with the help of home page class object reference, we can call all these methods available over inside the homepage.java. Right now, the page layer is done, because page layer, it's obviously it's so easy to do all these things. Okay, with respect to page layer, according to the diagram, login page.java and homepage.java and testbase.java I have created. My page layer is done. Now quickly I'll create my feature file and step definition file. So again, create a package. Let's see, my package name is what? My package name is com.qa.features. Click on finish. And in this particular feature file, quickly I'll create a file. Let's see, my free crm dot feature. Okay, so this particular feature file I'll be creating over here. And my first thing is feature. What is my feature name? I'll be writing feature is free crm application test. Okay, what is my scenario? My scenario is, what is my scenario? Let's see, my scenario is validate home page, or simple, let's see, validate free crm home page test. We will check the home page. We are navigating to a home page correctly, and we are checking that contacts page is working fine, or any scenario you can give. And after that, the first step is given, right? Given, quickly I'll write given user is let's see, user or I'll simple language, I'll write user opens browser. Okay, user opens browser, then user is on login page. Okay, then user enters username and password, then user clicks on that button is submit button after logout. Okay, login button, then user clicks on login button, then home page is displayed, then validate home page title, then validate, first I'll check the title. Okay, Naveen K. So first I'll validate the title of the home page. Sorry. And I'll check this user also is coming over here. Then validate logged in user name, something like that. Okay, logged in username. This is my basic scenario I have written. How many steps are written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 features I have written. Now I'll create my step definition. So create a package for step definition, com.qa.step definitions. Click on finish. Let's see my step definition. I'll be creating a class. My class name is, let's see, homepage steps. Okay, and homepage steps, I'll be writing all my @given, @when, all these annotations I'll be writing over here. And I'll be creating one runner class also. right? So according to the diagram, if you see, feature is done, step definition we will be writing, and runner class also I'll be writing. So create separate packages for each and everything. Create a package. Let's see, my package is com.qa.test or maybe runner. This is a runner package, and this runner package, in this runner package I'll be creating a class. My class name is test runner. So complete folder structure I have created over here for you guys. And this runner class, if you remember, we have to write okay all the Cucumber options and everything over here. So I'll take this from our Cucumber classes we have created. This is a runner class. We take complete thing from here, right? All the tagging and everything. Okay. At the rate run with add the JUnit4 library, which is fine. And okay, so this is everything is done. Now what I'll do quickly, I have to change where exactly my feature file. So my feature file is available over here, free crm.feature. I'll give the path of this particular feature file. Okay, so quickly I'll just copy this particular path and paste it over here. Okay, so paste it over here. This is my feature file path. Where exactly glue means where your step definitions are available. So my step definitions are available. The path of the step definition file is over here. So where it is, step definition files are over here. So simple, I'll give com, right? Or simple this particular path, not qa, sorry, this particular path I have to give. Just right click, go to properties of this package, and you just need to take from com. Automatically it will take. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is a step definition file path, step definition, and automatically it will pick home page steps.java. I want such kind of output, and monochrome is equal to true, strict is equal to true, dry run is equal to true. I'll make dry run is equal to true so that I can generate the step definition files over here, right? And let's run it and let's see. It will take this particular step definition package from and free.crm.feature file from here, right? So let's run this. Let's see what happens. Cool. So it is taking all the feature file and all the steps are not working fine. Why? Because we haven't defined the step definitions, right? So simple, it will generate the step definition from here. So I'll take all these step definitions, okay, sample from here, copy this, and I'll go to my home page steps.java and simple paste it over here. So this is a good approach to take all the step definitions code from there. So no need to write manually. And simple, I'll delete this particular line, throw new exception, whatever the pending exception, because we are not generating any exceptions over here. So just delete this thing. Okay, and delete from here also this last one. And we have to import all these at the rate annotations. At the rate given is coming from here, import it from here. And there is a shortcut, as I told you, Control Shift O. For Mac user, Command Shift O. Okay, so all the annotations are done, right? Now this is also done, and now I'll run my runner class again with dry run is equal to true. I'll check any steps are missing or not. If you run it, nothing is missing, everything is perfectly fine. It means all the steps are running fine. Although I haven't written any code over there, any Selenium code over there. All these are blank methods. But it is taking COM QA step definition package from here, right? Whatever the step definitions we have written in this particular package, it will take it from here. Okay. Now I have to write the method that user opens browser. So for user opens browser, if you remember, how will you open the browser? We have already created one base class. This is the base class. Just a minute. Remember where is my base class? Here in my base class. So this is the base class I have already created, in which I have already written initialization thing. Right? I have already created this particular initialization. So what I'll do, this base class is okay. I'll create initialization method this base through base class object. So I'll go to my at the global level. What I'll do first see, this is the test base. Just a minute. Okay, so user opens browser. So which method is responsible to open the browser? Inside the base class, if you remember, right? We have created this initialization method, and this is a static method. So a static method can be called by class name. Simple, I'll go to my over here in this particular class. I'll be using test base dot see initialization method. I'll be calling it. So first it will come over here, it will call this method, it will come over here, it will execute this thing. Right? It will execute this thing. Now let's see, let's run it. Now dry run is equal to true because all the steps I have already written. Dry run is equal to true. Right click, run as JUnit. Let's see what happens. Oh, sorry, dry run is equal to false. Without dry run, we have to run. So let's see. The first step is see, it is giving null pointer exception. Why? On testbase.java 32. If you click on it, it is showing null pointer exception. Why? Because this property object, if you debug line number 32, I'll put a debugger and see, I'll run it again inside the debug mode. In the debug mode, I'll run it, debug as JUnit. You see, it will come over here, and if you see, the prop is null. Why? Because this is a prop object is coming from this particular constructor, and this constructor is never called. Right? This constructor is never called. So how to call this constructor so that this particular prop object will be initialized? Right now, this properties object prop object reference we have created, and this is a null value. We haven't called this particular thing, this constructor. So obviously it is not communicating with this properties file. So obviously this prop is object reference is null. It's pointing to null now. It's not pointing to any object. It is not initialized. So how to do that? Okay, so that's why it's giving null pointer exception over here. So to this thing, what we have to do, guys, quickly, what I'll do, and also this particular steps also, pages also, home page step also will extend because this is a super class of test base is a super class of all the classes. I'll extend this. Okay, so now let's run and let's see. Again in debug mode, I'll check. So it will stop over here. Again, this prop is coming properly now. See, this prop is initialized means all the values are coming over here, right? So this prop is coming properly over here. Now I'll run it and let's see. It will go to home page. It will go to free crm.feature. User opens browser. User opens browser. It will come over here. It will execute this initialization method, right? And then it will do everything over here. Now you will get the question is that how will you get to know that okay, this base class constructor is getting called? This base class constructor is getting called because of this thing. We are extending test base. So obviously it will check, okay, this is the parent class. First it will call that, okay, default constructor, whatever the constructor that we have created in the super class, in the base class. It will call that constructor and initialize the prop object. It will come over here and it will initialize this particular prop object. Automatically this constructor will be called, right? So let's run this runner class now. Run as JUnit and we will see Chrome browser should be launched. See, Chrome is getting launched. and entering the URL and everything. See, although we haven't written further steps, so this still here it is working fine. Okay, and if you see the first step running fine, and all the steps are running fine because although other steps we haven't written, user is on login page and all those things we haven't written. So opening the browser is perfectly fine, and then user is on login page. So how will you do that? That user is on login page. So for user is on login page, we have already created this method that on login page, make sure that login title is available. Okay, validate login page title. So we will call this method, and this method is available where? Inside the login page.java, right? So what I'll do at the global level, I'll create, guys, see, login page is equal to new login page class object. I'll create and just import it, and this login page will give dot which method? Validate login page title method. Simple. Okay, so validate login page title method will return what? It will return one string, right? It will return one string, so it will return whatever the title is available. Okay, so I'll store in some variable string title is equal to this, and we are using JUnit, so we can put assertion also. Assert dot assert equals. Okay, what are you expecting? My expectation is on after login on login page. This is the login page title is this. See how to get the title. Just a minute. View page source. See, I'm expecting this particular title. Okay, I'm expecting this title, and actual title is this. This is the actual title. So this method is also done. Then user enters username and password, right? So again, this login page object reference. Now see, I'm using page object model, guys, over here. Login page dot login, from where you will get username password. Username password are written in config.properties, right? And how to interact with config.property? Username password is written over here, right? So how to interact with this config.properties? And we know that this homepage steps.java is already extending base class, and inside the base class this prop object already initialized. It means I can inherit this prop reference. That's why I've created at the class level, at the global level, this prop object reference I can inherit from my parent class. So this prop will be given to homepage steps.java also. Why? Because I'm extending base class. So simple, I can use prop dot get property. What is my key? My key is username. The key is defined inside the config.properties. The same key you have to use here. Username, and for password you have to use this. And what is your password? Again, prop dot get property. This is my password. Okay, for URL, this initialization method is already doing this URL. Okay. If you go to initialization method, see where it is, scroll, maximize, you see prop dot get property URL is taken from there, right? Sorry. So this is also done. Enter username and password. So this method, login method, will enter username, password, and it will click on login button also, right? So I don't need this step, that unnecessary that clicks on login button. Okay, I'll be removing this step. And in free crm.feature also, user clicks on login button. We don't need this. User enters username and password, or better we write user, okay, login to app. We will use this particular user logs into app. Okay, we will use this particular step. That will be the better. So I'll be replacing this thing over here. User logs into app. So simple login, and this login method, what exactly it will return, guys? This login method will return home page class object, right? Home page class object, it will return. So can I do like this? I'll store somewhere like this, and what I'll do, the over here, home page like this, and this home page is coming imported. This home page reference will be initialized by this guy. Okay, so this login method is returning what? Home page class object. I'm storing inside the home page class object reference only, right? So like that we can do, and home page is equal to this. So this home page will be initialized automatically. Then once it is initialized, next step is home page is displayed. How will you get to know that home page is displayed? So simple. Now once we have the reference of the object reference of the home page, we can call all the methods of home page. Home page dot what are the method? Verify home page, okay, is displayed. Verify home page title, simple. And this verify home page title will return what? It will return one string that title is coming properly or not. So I'll store in some string variable. Let's see, string home title is equal to this, and I'll assert it. Assert dot assert equals, what is your expectation? This is my expectation after coming to home page. Maybe, okay, 1 2 3. So my title is CRM PRO. See, this is a title. So what I'm expecting, my expectation is this CRM PRO, and this is the actual thing I'm getting. Okay, this particular thing you can pass it from Excel file also, so you can remove this hard-coded values. Okay. Okay, so home page is displayed. Oh, better we write this particular code over here. Home page title verification, validate home page title over here. Right now, home page is displayed. How will you get to know? Because let's validate this thing. Okay, or validate logged in username. So better we do one thing. User logs into this. Okay, we will remove this step. No use. User logs into app, validate homepage title, and validate logged in username. Right, that will be a better approach. So validate homepage is displayed and remove this one. Right. So login, verify homepage title, and validate logged in username. So we know that homepage dot validate correct username. It will return whatever the logged in username is there. It will return this. If it is displayed, it will return true or false. Right? This username label over here, user Naveen K, is displayed like this. I have written the XPath of this element. PD contains text over here. Right? If it is displayed, please return true. It is displayed, please return boolean. Boolean means either true or false. Right? If displayed method will return boolean. So I'll go over here. If it is returning boolean, whatever the boolean value, let's see, I'll store in some boolean uh, 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 boolean b flag, some proper name. Flag is equal to this, and I'll assert it. Assert dot assert true and flag. If it is equal to true, flag is equal to true, it will return over here true. I mean, it will be given over here true. Assert true will be passed. This particular step will be passed. Okay, so this is also fine. So if you see, I have written, guys, I have written all the steps properly. Quickly, let's see, dry run is equal to true. I'll check all the steps are working fine. This is a good habit, dry run equal to true, and check all the steps are there or not. Okay, everything is fine. All the steps are there. All the steps are there, although we are not executing it. Now I'll make it dry run is equal to false, and then run it. and let's see what happens. Now it is launching Google Chrome, fine, and it should enter the username password. Okay, no, it is giving some error. Then user log into app. What is the error? Let's see. Null pointer exception. Cool. Where is login page.java 43? Okay, let's see what happens over here. So I'll put a debugger over here, and I'll again run it in debug mode. Okay, it will stop on that particular line. So continue. It is launching the browser, this particular browser. Okay, now it is stopped over here. We will see that username Naveen K, password is test@123. It's absolutely fine. And in login page.java, we have initialized all these things. Username is initialized. Invocation exception occurred. Invoking method. Some problem is over here. Is not invoking. Okay, I got it. Why? Just a minute. And if you okay, now I'll tell you why. What is the problem? Just a minute. Okay, I have just rectified that particular problem, guys. The problem here is what exactly you are doing inside this particular class. You were writing login page is equal to new login page. Instead of that, because we have to create the object of login page in this particular method. Why? So that particular method, I mean this particular login page reference we will get, and this particular reference we will be calling over here. So this reference will be initialized immediately. Okay, otherwise what was happening earlier, it was initializing only once, and over here in this particular login method, okay, it was not able to initialize these username and password and these page factories. Okay, so that's very important. We have to write like this: login page equal to new login page inside this method. Once it is done, then all the page factories will be initialized. Earlier what exactly we were doing, we were initializing only once and then it was getting lost. Okay, so let's better to write within the method. And for home page, no need to write because login method is giving you the object of home page. So we will just storing over here. And validate home page title is also, let's see, this is fine. And then we will see verify correct username is correct or not. And now let's run it. I just did one thing. Instead of login page is equal to new login page, I have written this particular line inside this method. And let's run this program and let's see what happens. Okay, see, so Chrome is getting launched now. Okay, entering the username password, perfect, and it will go to that home page. It will check home page title. Home page title, it's fine, and see, it still is checking home page title. This, it will check this title is still stuck over here. Let's see. Okay, although it should not take such amount of time just for the title. Let's see. Let it check. Fine. So home page title is fine, and then it's getting failed over here. That validate logged in user. Validate logged in user. Okay, that validate logged in user is getting failed, and we will see the reason. No such element exception. Okay, unable to locate element method XPath selector is equal to this. TD contains user Naveen K. Maybe this XPath got changed or something on this particular site. So let me check the XPath. Okay. So it is saying TD user Naveen K. XPath is perfectly fine according to me. Let's see. Username label. TD contains text user Naveen K. So it's saying TD, okay, contains text user Naveen K. Maybe some spaces they have given, but that doesn't matter because we are using contains. Okay, we'll do one thing just for, okay, just let's simple hack it. Simple thread dot sleep I'm writing. I'm not writing any explicitly wait. You can write it later. Let's see for 3 seconds. Thread dot sleep I'm writing over here. Okay, simple. Let it be like this. Although I don't recommend. And let's see what happens. Okay, and let's run it again. Because here the intention is to give you the idea about page object model in Cucumber. Ultimately, approach guys will remain same. You have to create the page objects. You have to create the pages, test based class. Okay, everything is like that. Make sure that okay, how exactly you are initializing different page, okay, objects and everything. So it got logged in. That is fine. I don't know why it is taking so much time for title, just for title. Simple, it should return driver.get title, right? Okay, let it be. Sometime it happens because ultimately it's trying to interact with the DOM and maybe DOM title is not launched or not coming properly. Okay, so it will take the title from title tag actually internally, and we will see. Okay, still it's getting failed. Maybe some error is there that no such element exception. Maybe let's leave it this thing. Okay, TD contains username, or we can do one thing that let's not consider this line. Okay, let's I'll be removing only 4 steps are there finally from. Okay, so let's I'm removing this thing. Okay, from here also, right? So if you see the title, the feature sequence is open the browser, login page, and logs into the login page with the login method and validate homepage title is coming or not properly. And later on, you can write for contacts page and deals page and everything. You can create the framework like that. Okay, let's do the final run and we will see the complete report. Okay, so it's launching the browser. Let me close other browsers. This application is very slow sometimes. Okay, so I think everything is fine now. See, quickly it verified the title also now. So everything is fine now. Okay, maybe it was taking not for title actually. For the next step, it was taking because we have given implicitly wait or 20 seconds. So that's why it was taking 20 seconds for that Naveen K, that user. So let's forget that okay thing. We can check, or maybe you can check the correct text path and everything. So this is the 4 steps are absolutely working fine in the form of page object model. And this is the folder structure we have to use it. Now, if you want to use log4j properties or whatever extend, okay, extend report, let's forget about extend report. We'll do it later. But page object model, log4j properties, and whatever you want to do with this thing, you can create different pages, contacts page and deals page and different pages. You can create it over here and do the exact thing. Let's say you want to create now contacts page. So create a contacts page over there. Create a separate feature file and create a separate definition file. So make sure in a step definition file is the most important thing. Here you have to write all the assertions as well as all the page initializations like that and initialize the pages like this. Okay, login page is equal to no login page, home page is equal to, because this method is returning home page, so we will write it over here. So this particular variable will be initialized and this variable can be used now in other methods also. Verify home page title or verify other user or whatever. Now you want to navigate to contacts, so home page dot navigate to contacts now. Okay, you can do it like that, right? So guys, that's all for this particular thing. Please practice. It's very simple, and always make sure that okay, this diagram is in your mind always. In page object model, only extra thing is that you have to add these two components also. Okay, base class and number of pages you have to create, and make sure this page class is extending base class, and this step definition file also guys is extending this guy base class. Okay, so that whatever initialization and prop objects and everything we can call it from here to here. Okay, it's very important. So that's all for today, and later on I'll tell you that how can we integrate with TestNG, and if we can integrate with TestNG with Cucumber, we can generate an extend report also. Okay, so that will be a separate topic, but this topic was pending since long. Okay, Cucumber page object model with these things. So please don't directly jump into these things if you don't have any idea about you know idea about Cucumber BDD framework, you cannot do anything. So, but make sure that okay, these seven topics, I mean these seven sessions, please go through it, then directly and then jump into the page object model design pattern with Cucumber. Then only you will be able to understand. Otherwise, you won't. And before that, I would advise you one more thing, guys. Please go through these page object model series. Okay, you just need to go to my channel, go to playlist. Okay, on this particular playlist, this okay, at least initial 4 or 5 videos are there. Please check all these 4 videos. Then you will get to know what exactly the actual page object model. Each and everything I have okay explained over here. Okay, then go through with your Cucumber thing and then go with Cucumber with page object model. Then it will be so easy for you. Within half an hour, 30 or 40 minutes, you can design very good framework like that. Okay, but make sure that okay you are creating all the folder structure and maven thing and everything like that and pom.xml file. Make sure all the dependencies you're defining properly. Okay, so that's all for today. If you really like this video, please subscribe to the channel, guys. And a lot of videos are coming soon on Selenium Grid and other and collections also and collection framework APIs and all. So please subscribe to the channel and let me know if you have any issues. You can write your questions in the comment section, and I'll be uploading this code into my Git repository, and you can find the Git repository URL in my description in this particular tutorial description. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next session then. Thanks. Bye bye.